Hello, my name is Exabu, and this is UNICEF Command 2 Barbarossa DLC Rostov mission on hard. A 3, a 2, a 1. And look at this mission, the last mission of the southern theater of this entire DLC. And, well, what do you know? It's easy. I think the southern theater actually is relatively more difficult, even though it's smaller than the northern one. Because it comprises like north and center, and the south is just Army Group South. And yeah, you have Odessa, you have Crimea, you have all these missions that are like Donbass Blitz and everything. They're not easy. And by the way, I'm taking my first objective for this mission. Krasny Luch should be yours on turn 1. It's actually a good idea to do that, because this way you can destroy the bridge next to Voloshilovgrad on turn 1, which you absolutely must do. Because as you can see, that supply hub, that Soviet supply hub in the town is now red, so it's not in their hands anymore. And so the guys around Kadivka will start running out of supply, which is your target. You don't have too many troops in this mission, and you really need to, well, destroy as many of them as possible, but you really don't have the time to do it. Even with your top-of-the-line elites, highly equipped divisions, you just can't do it. Alright, so you really need to rely on the Soviets running out of supply, and you've got plenty of precision bombing strikes. And yeah, you just destroy those bridges and cut off those bridges, those pontoon bridges in the south, the bridges across the Don. So this way, this will, as you can see, so some of the frontline guys in Kadivka are already running out of supply, and this will continue. And as you can see, I very deliberately went for the objective northeast of Rostov because I wanted to block those bridges across the Don. And so also so I'm blocking another bridge. So right now, the Soviet troops in the center of the map around Shakhty and Kadivka, they're completely blocked off, so they're not getting any supplies at all. And at this point, I'm trying to get to Rostov, and, well, it's time. It's the deadline. And unfortunately, I'm not getting too lucky with my rolls. I'll have to sacrifice some of my tanks, but doesn't matter. It's the last mission for these guys anyway, so just go crazy. And by the way, yes, taking those hexes just south of Rostov is a good idea, because they, as you can see, so they provide rather easy access to Don Bridgehead. So if you go north of the Don Bridgehead, it's like a wide river, so you'll have to use a sword crossing or whatever. But if you go south of it, there's just a small river to access that hex, and it's going to be just much easier. Also, you've noticed that I'm not really trying to protect the front line to the west of Kadivka. So I'm looking at the railway around Stalino and Taganrog, that railway, like section of railway that connects these two cities, because it's critical, because it feeds everything, and the Soviets, if you let them, the Soviets will try to cut that railway line and really screw with your mission. They'll force you to restart. And actually, my mountaineers are dying, but I don't care. This is the last mission. I actually did not play this too well, but as you can see, as you all see, I, even with mistakes, even the losses in my divisions, it's still still not a difficult mission, and still a valid way to complete it. And as you can see, so first of all, I've moved troops and reinforced the railway, the access to the railway near Stalino, so that the Soviets don't get into it, because the Soviets have a bunch of cavalry divisions in there. They really love just running about. And here I'm being a bit defensive, so because I had like crap loads of Soviet troops around, it'd be very easy for them to encircle me and break my supply lines. I'm even used my HQ to effectively as a screen, because the Soviets don't like, the AI doesn't like taking HQs. It does only if it has nothing better to do. And back to Kadivka, and so I moved those infantry divisions to the north, even though they're kind of all right, they're weak. But even my classic playthrough, they were pretty strong. They were pretty well equipped, still not damaged seriously. and they could have done damage to the enemy, but I still retreated them so that the Soviets don't get any ideas. And yeah, you really don't need to protect that. Really don't need to protect that western area. Just make sure that railway line is secure. And yeah, so right now the Soviets rather successfully counterattack, and but they will not get anywhere, so they're now taking Rostov. And yes, actually, I've made a pretty serious mistake. I should have been more careful about securing those pontoon bridges, that access through those bridges across Don for those Soviet counterattackers. But that's hard for you. It's not always easy to blast through the enemies and expect success. So on Classic, this wouldn't have happened. Or it's not Classic. It's way too easy to just blast everything and not worry about anything. And here, I mean, right now at this point, as you can see, so all of the enemies are pretty much in the center. They are like next turn, all of the enemies in the center, almost all of the enemies in the center will be incapable of attacking. And yeah, I don't have to worry about it. And by the way, I'm already approaching Don Bridgehead, so I'm already using the pontoon bridges because the Soviets actually made a mistake, so they're not trying to protect the bridges, and now I'm getting closer to my objective. And while I'm continuing, so next turn, Kadyrivka is going to be mine, well, appropriately, because it's still well protected, even with these stressed cavalry units, it's still too strong, the battle predictions are too bad, and so, yeah, so, but the deadline is turn 5, and it's perfect. So, but in order for Kadyrivka to be like that, in order for the cavalry in Kadyrivka to be completely out of supply by turn 5, you really need to start killing the Soviet supply lines on turn 1. So, Krasny Luch is absolutely your an important objective, so that the precision bombing strikes are within reach. So it's like 6 or 7 hexes away from the front line, so you need to be close enough for those Stukas to come. Alright, so the Soviets are doing these last throws, attacking me with the last units that can attack anything, and so, ooh, I got very lucky here, so, and they're not protected even in their supply lines, or supply hubs, rather, and so I really got lucky here, so with very good weather in late November, but, well, this is pretty far to the south, so this can happen. Alright, so... And at this point, I'm just clearing everything up. The Soviets will, effectively, at this point, they're dead. In the north, they're dead. South of the Don, well, they'll need some convincing. And even then, as you can see, they don't have serious troops in here, so, like, nothing that they will enable them to cause any trouble. Right, so, and I wonder if I'll do any, and Kadyrivka, by the way, is mine. As you can see, it's like it's a no-brainer. Everything is suppressed at this point, so I just kill. You, like, really don't even have to do it, because I've effectively finished the mission. I'm guessing you'll just finish this turn and then finish this video, because the mission is very short and rather easy. And, generally, usually with Don Bridgehead, and it didn't happen in this mission, in this playthrough, generally with Don Bridgehead, the Soviets like to counterattack at Don Bridgehead, so I highly recommend you. So, in my previous playthroughs, I was more successful at containing the Soviet reinforcements in the south, and actually, yeah, so obviously they still have those divisions, and the AI will certainly try to counterattack. If you take Don Bridgehead, they will certainly try to counterattack. So you do the usual thing, is to protect an objective. So first of all, keep a very, very strong unit in the objective. Obviously, no retreat is nice, even though I think this HQ of mine did not have it. I think for the Panzergruppe HQs, it's pretty expensive to have the ability to set up, to assign no retreats. But, yeah, so first of all, keep a very strong unit, use no retreats. Set up screening units, i.e. units, no matter how weak they are. Alright, it's better, of course, if they're strong. That's just deny the enemy access to nearby hexes, the hexes around the objective, because it's sometimes valuable. Even if that unit dies, It will slow the enemy down. It will prevent a unit from doing something valuable. It will slow the enemy down. That's the point. Even if it's super weak. And I'm guessing this is it for today's video. There's not much else to happen, and until tomorrow, I guess.